What's happening?
Hey.
How are you?
Good, real good. Okay,
All right, good.
I figured it'd be in front of you guys.
Might as well.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's the coolest look too. The look is basically like my old bikes when I was back in '73. I found out it last week. It was a last minute deal, you know, and it came out really good. These mechanic guys had to hustle to get all the stickers on right and everything, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
You had to. Well, the Elsinore bike, I was their first champion for Honda, and I was Honda's first champion, of course, and I was on the Honda Elsinore two-stroke. And Mr. Honda told me before I signed the contract that he broke down on every Honda two-stroke he ever made. And he didn't want to build a race bike, but since we showed him they were so much faster than the four-stroke that he was building at the time, that's what we raced. Oh, that makes me so proud to see these fast guys riding a bike that has some similarity to what I used to race on.
Yeah, we got a retro kit at Washougal last year, so that was the first time we seen it, and definitely everyone was pumped on it, the gear set up and all that. But yeah, we're bringing it back in San Diego this weekend, retro weekend, and the bike looks good, gear looks good, and yeah, ready to go show it on track. I think 1 or 2 is like good because it's like unique. Like we don't see it much, and when it does happen, it's special. So you don't want to overdo it. You want to keep it unique and keep it looking fresh. San Francisco has the Oakland dirt, so it's a lot softer to begin with, and rain just makes it that much more like a sponge. So I think here we have a harder base and definitely a harder pack. So I think if it does rain, it'll probably get really slippery, but it definitely, the momentum will be there. You know, we'll be jumping stuff, and you know, I think it'll be, you know, a lot more
Less doggy
racy,
paddling.
yeah. Less doggy paddling, a little bit more airtime.
Yeah, the retro bike, man, looks really nice. Yamaha and the whole team did a great job. Looks really killer. So it's fun to always, you know, have a little switch it up, something different. So yeah, stoked how it turned out. Yeah, I like more. You know, it's cool to have theme races. Like you said, the military appreciation is always a great one. And then yeah, it's cool to have. I don't know if we've done this one in a long time, the retro one. So it's pretty cool. You know, I think we could definitely do more. It'd be kind of cool as a racer to have a little theme every weekend or every, you know, so often. Yeah, for sure. You know, typically the football are a lot tighter, shorter lap times. You know, I remember last year racing here, it was very tight, and but I really enjoyed racing here last year. So you know, we'll see how it is with the rain forecast coming, but I enjoyed it here last year. But yeah, you definitely get a different feel with baseball and football, and the layouts are typically quite a bit different. So you know, we'll see some different stuff from Anaheim to this weekend. You know, normally I'm really a big fan of mud, but that was by far the worst one I've been a part of. It was just, I don't even know how to explain it, just endless mud pit. So it was tough, man, it really was. It was a really difficult day, but you know, we got maybe more tomorrow, but as you can see, at least it's dry right now. Last weekend, I feel like we just started in a pond and it just never recovered. So we'll see how it goes, though. Yeah, well, I think the difference, you know, it rained all week there, and they built it in the mud, and they, you know, it wasn't great. So at least, you know, it starting dry here. There's some sunlight today, at least, and you know, we'll see. There's always, you never know with SoCal. It can say it's going to rain, sometimes it doesn't, to where I feel like NorCal is pretty, if it's going to rain, it's going to rain. But it could also rain here too. I remember racing at Petco in 2019 and it was a muddy mess. So we'll see what happens.
I learned that the start's really important for sure, which like we already kind of knew that, you know. But yeah, I made a big step last week in my mud riding for sure. Got a lot more comfortable, and yeah, I mean, might be another mudder tomorrow. We'll see, and just kind of show up and do the best I can with what I got. Yeah, I think it's sick. I think it's an opportunity for the teams to kind of show off some color and get creative with it. I think it's really cool to see all the teams participating, and yeah, I think that our bikes look really good too. Yeah, I got a win in 2018 at Daytona. The last time I had the red plate was Vegas 2017. So yeah, it's good. It feels good to have it back on my bike again, and it's been a long time coming. I feel like I've been kind of the vet for the last few years now, so I wouldn't necessarily say it's weird, but I definitely feel like I have the experience and can lean on that in situations like last week.
Tell us a little bit more about cornhole.
Yeah, I run a tournament every Tuesday at our local pizza joint in Cairo, Georgia, and it's called First and Broad, and I run a tournament there every Tuesday. It gets about 30 to 50 people, players every week, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Do you get any of the guys from the team to come? Or?
Yeah, sometimes, but a lot of the cornhole players there take it really seriously, and it's a blind draw, so some guys can get a little mad if you get someone that doesn't know how to play. So a lot of it kind of scares some people off from playing sometimes, but no, it's a good time.
That's awesome. So pro Supercross riders can actually be like a detriment if you get them on the team.
Yeah, it could be for sure.
We learn a little bit from every weekend, but I think it'll be a little bit different this weekend. The track's a little harder, so if it does rain, I think it won't be. We'll still be able to hit the jumps and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just going to be a different type of race this weekend. But yeah, we're ready for whatever it gives us.
It's pretty crazy, man. To come back at 40 years old. Most of the guys in the 250 class, I don't even think were born yet. I got about 15 or 20 years on them.
Nice.
But yeah, man, we're just out here having some fun. Yeah, as long as the funding keeps coming in, everything's pretty much donations to keep me going race to race. So as long as we get the funding and we can afford to go back east and do all those races, yeah, we're going to be doing them. Yep.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool because I don't think they've had a race in San Francisco for a long time.
Yeah, since like
2013 maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So racing there I didn't race in 2013, but then for me to come back at 40 and then they bring San Francisco back was pretty awesome. That was rad.
Yeah, I think the theme races are super cool. Like I've always been a big fan of the Military Appreciation Weekend, and I think this year it's like kind of a new thing, the retro theme. So I'm super stoked to be a part of it and repping this sick active gear. Yeah, I think honestly the more the better. So I enjoy them, and it's always fun to change it up.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate last weekend on like a fun factor?
A 10. Yeah, I had a lot of fun rolling around everywhere, sloshing through the mud, and obviously it went really well for me. If it didn't, I would say it was not fun, but I had a lot of fun. I did well. I kept the vibes up all day, and yeah, it was overall a 10 for sure.
Max Sanford here, 22 years old, and from Pasadena, Maryland. Here in San Diego. This is my first race with the host Grindstone Kawasaki team. I'm really excited and ready to get things going. I mean, last weekend was pretty unbelievable. You know, getting out front in that B practice and laying down a good time. Second overall. I was in disbelief, to be honest. I really didn't know what to think or feel. And then lining up first gate pick for Heat 1 was just a surreal feeling. That's what I work for. That's what I dream of. And then in the main event, the conditions were so gnarly. It was one of the toughest races of my life. And to get 12th in the main event, best career best for me, which was pretty good. And then cleaning everything up, that was tough in itself. But then Monday morning, hopping on this KX250, new team, new motorcycle, whole new program. I'm super motivated, and I'm happy to start this new chapter. I was in the B practice, and Anaheim 1 didn't go well for me. So going into the B practice, I was expecting myself to be top 2 in the B practice. So when I laid down a pretty good lap time, I looked up, I was P1, and I was a second faster than anyone else. So I was pretty satisfied with that time, and I could feel the track going away pretty quick, so I knew the A guys would struggle. And then I stayed in the stadium to watch the A guys, and it was only RJ Hampshire going quicker than me, and I'm just watching, and no one's going faster, everyone's crashing, and I'm just like, wow, this is unreal. Full privateer. Being up there with those guys like RJ Hampshire and a lot of other factory guys, just seeing my name there is pretty cool. So yeah, just had to prep the bike and get it ready for the night show. It was a really cool feeling.
Mic check, check, go. Yeah, it's some James Stewart throwback with the gear and the bike. It's pretty sick. I'm pretty pumped on that. Oh shoot, what year was this? I should know. Hey Derek, what year was this?
2003.
03? Alright, yeah 03. 03 throwback, so yeah, it's pretty stoked. Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome. It's kind of neat. I guess you would have to ask the mechanic. I don't know if it's necessarily more work for them, right? It's changing graphics and then doing their normal stuff. As far as like coming up with the design and stuff, I don't know whose job that necessarily is. But I mean, the mechanics work their butts off all the time. So I don't know if it would make a huge difference for them. But
Well, I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully the fans and then the crowd here appreciates all these cool looking bikes and the throwbacks, so we'll see.